Yo guys, Wet Movie 1 back here again, and it's time to go hoard up. But I'm tired as hell right now. It is past 9 o'clock. I just got off of work from 12 to 9 today. So today's hoarding up video is not going to be big and extravagant because almost everything else is closed for the exception of two places right now. That is Target and Walmart. So I'm going to be going to those two different stores today, seeing what cool stuff came out, seeing if there's any exclusives at Target. For one of the titles that came out today, Alien Covenant is the main movie that came out today, along with like some other like small titles. I don't know if there's anything else to be honest, but I'll find out when I head into the stores. But if you guys like these videos, definitely give them a thumbs up. But I'm already at the first location of the day, and that is the local Target. Oh yeah, thank you God for still being open. Well guys, in Target now, looking at the new release section that they have. Of course they have the 4K version of Alien Covenant along with the DVD, and their version of it comes with like a 36-page it's like a 36-page digibook, which is kind of cool for the movie. I'm a big fan of the Alien franchise, but the thing is I've never seen Prometheus, because I heard some mixed things on that one. But this looks like it looks like it could be kind of fun. I'm all stuttering and stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm really tired right now. But we got a whole bunch of Alien Covenant. This one actually came out today. Everything. I wish I talked about in my last hoarding up video at the end of my review portion, and I really dug this movie, guys. If you guys have never seen it before and you guys like romantic films, this was actually really well done. It could have been executed a little bit better, but I enjoyed that one for what it was. And another title that came out today, which I'll have a review of at the end of this video, is How to Be a Latin Lover. And this other movie is one that came out today, The Case of Christ. The Case for Christ. I don't know. I don't know much about this one at all. But if you guys have seen it, let me know if it's worth watching. And I believe The Wall is another one that came out today. We are starring John Cena and stuff. This one I'll have a review of at the end of this video also. And yeah, I'll let you know what I thought about it in a few minutes. And here are some TV show stuff that came out today on DVD. Billionaires, the complete second season. Never seen it in my life. And this one right here, I heard it's a real popular show. Like I believe my buddy Andrew and a couple of the crew members like it. And that is the complete 4th season of the Blacklist here on Blu-ray, put out by Sony Entertainment. Never seen an episode of my life, but that's just another one of the things that came out today. But yeah guys, just to let you guys all know, 20th Century Fox is going to start releasing The Simpsons again on DVD. I don't think they're going to release the other seasons on Blu-ray or anything, but I think they're going to continue on from when they left off, because remember months ago or a year ago they said they were going to stop releasing them on DVD, and I'm like, man, that sucks. You know what I mean? Because they have to keep releasing them. You can't just like release a handful of seasons and then stop and then release season 20, but then not have like the ones in between, like whatever 15 and 20. It was kind of like the way they did it was kind of messed up, and I'm happy that they're gonna people can finish up their collection somehow, or hopefully they release all of them. Well guys, over at the last location of the day, the local Walmart, let's head on in there and see if they have anything cool. Well guys, in Walmart right now, and am I in the future or something like that, or is Walmart setting up for Black Friday? Is it Black Friday and I just didn't know it? Did I time travel or something? Look at this. It looks like they're trying to like set up for Black Friday or something. I'm just like, where are the DVDs? Where are the Blu-rays? What box is it in? What box is it in? Is it in this box? No, it's not in this box. Oh well, it's not Black Friday yet, but it looks like it. Well guys, let's see what Walmart has to offer us today for new releases. Looks like they have an exclusive set here of Alien Covenant, the 4K edition, but it comes along with like a t-shirt and stuff like that. There was also like the Blu-ray DVD version of it over here, along with like the standalone sets. Of course, The Case of Christ, The Blacklist that we talked about already, How to Be a Latin Lover, everything. Hillcock, Hillknock. I don't even know how to say that. It looks like a Western movie, and a movie called Once Upon a Time in Venice, which stars Bruce Willis here. Bruce Willis, John Goodman. Damn, I didn't even know anything about this one. RLJ Entertainment. You guys, let me know if this one is worth watching. If you guys have you bought it today or not, or saw it already, let me know. And of course, I believe Britney Forever After came out today, and I talked about that one in my last hoarding up video last week. And I believe this one came out today, guys. The first season of Riverdale here on DVD. I don't know if there's a Blu-ray release of this or not. If there is, I believe it might be put out by the Warner Archive Collection. This is a show I've been kind of interested in checking out, but for $30 for a DVD set that I know is not really worth anything, like a couple days after you get it and when you open it and stuff, you know, because I've been buying stuff for years. And when you go to try to resell things or, you know, trade them into different stores, you don't really get much for them. So I can't really see myself spending $30 for a TV show season. But this is something I'm really interested in, though. This looks really kind of like a really fun show. But yeah, guys, what I'm trying to say is when it comes to physical media these days, it doesn't really hold its value. Or when you go into like different stores to trade things in, like TV show seasons, DVDs, Blu-rays, they're not really worth a whole hell of a lot unless they're like really weird and limited or like out of print or something like that. But if it's just a lot of common stuff, like that TV show season and some other stuff like Alien Covenant, they're not gonna be worth nothing. You're not gonna get nothing but maybe $1 or $2, if that, at these used stores. But yeah, guys, at a Walmart right now, didn't find anything in there, but let's head on home for some DVD and Blu-ray reviews. Let's start off with my mom's special review of The Walking Dead.
Hi, I'm back. I just have one item for you today, and of course it's my episodic television. However, I've been waiting for this one for a really long time because of the cliffhanger of last season. And this is Season 7 of The Walking Dead. Remember this guy? Left quite an impression. Didn't have to go back and look at the last disc to figure out where we left off. So, I don't know if most of you, I'm sure, know the premise of Walking Dead. It's, you know, a zombie apocalypse type thing happens, and so people are just trying to survive any way they can. Well, of course, Rick and the crew run into Negan here. Nice guy. When I watched the first episode, I really wasn't sure if I'm gonna complete the season, because and without giving anything away, I'm sure you all know anyway. For me, one of my favorite characters got killed off right in the first episode. Oh, hell. I don't feel like watching the rest of this, but I managed to get through 4 more episodes so far, and still keeps my interest, unfortunately. Still love to my favorite fellow there. I don't know, it's pretty exciting. You know, they're under his, or Rick and the crew or whatever, are under Negan's power now, and so we've got to see what's happening. And there's other I don't know gatherings of people all over, and I don't remember one of them, unfortunately, but I think they're called, one is called the Hilltop, the other is called the Kingdom, which to me I just now saw in one of the first 4 episodes. I'm going, well, that's kind of interesting. Anyway, I guess it remains to be seen what happens in Season 7. Oh, God. Anyway, this one turns out to be really cool. It's got like about 10 special features on it. Some of the usual stuff, you know, deleted scenes, alternate endings, making of, and that kind of stuff. But they have stuff on here that kind of looks interesting to me. It says a new chapter of fear, and then something about warrior women and top walkers. Oh, God. Are we going to meet some new kind of zombie? I don't want to know. Anyway, I still find this really exciting, so I'm sure if you guys have been following it, you might as well pick this one up too. Alright, and now, on to Brendan's review.
Hey, well, thanks, Mom, for your review of The Walking Dead Blu-ray. Now on to the review portion that I have here to talk to you guys about today. I have a good old stack of things here I'm going to get through and talk to you guys about. The first one up over here, I got from Disney and Marvel Studios to talk to you guys about. It comes out next Tuesday, and that is the 4K edition of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 here on the 4K Blu-ray and digital copy combo pack right here. This is, of course, the sequel to the immensely popular Guardians of the Galaxy, which was, written and directed by James Gunn, who got his start in filmmaking, you know, from Troma Entertainment by making Romeo and Juliet back in the day for Lloyd Kaufman. And it's just really kind of cool to see him going from the, truly independent, film market making big, Marvel blockbusters. It's just really kind of cool. And then, of course, in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is when Star-Lord, played by Chris Pratt, is trying to find, his lineage, and he ends up finding his father, and is, trying to figure out where he's from, and, all this kind of stuff, as the other Guardians are going off on their own little, adventures, fighting bad guys, gold people, and, all sorts of stuff. I found this movie to be a lot of fun when I saw this one in theaters, and popping it in on 4K just really shines on this format. Movies like this are made, for this format, to be honest with you. I just think these movies, or these two movies so far, are just a lot of fun. Like this one, Ant-Man, like I just like, ones that look like they're just having fun doing so. You know what I mean? I know, like, the movies like, there's some other Marvel ones, like, I'm not the biggest fan of the Avengers or anything like that. I like some of the Avengers, like Iron Man. I think the Iron Man franchise is cool, and like, I like the Hulk and different things. But like Thor and some of the other characters, I just don't really, I don't really mesh with some of the Marvel universe stuff. But like Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, and Iron Man and stuff, I love those characters, those characters in those films. And this movie right here is just a lot of fun. Of course, you get the little, I forgot his name now, the raccoon guy, just, spewing out stuff. I just think he's probably one of my favorite parts, of this whole Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. And on this 4K and Blu-ray, you get a Guardians of the Galaxy music video featuring David Hasselhoff and a couple of other special guests in like a 70s disco kind of thing. You get some outtakes, bloopers, audio commentary track by James Gunn, the director. Really, really cool stuff. And it comes with a bonus fold-out poster here. I don't know if each edition of the film is going to have a different poster, if all the Blu-rays and 4Ks are going to have the same one. It just has, David Hasselhoff right there, and just some of the people from the movie, just in a little disco pose. It's kind of cringe, but it's funny at the same time. I don't care. But I just want to let you guys all know you can get the Guardians of the Galaxy on 4K and Blu-ray DVD out next Tuesday, man. And next up over here from HBO Home Entertainment is not the complete first season, but Big Little Lies, the HBO limited series here on Blu-ray. I've only ever watched the first 2 discs of this set so far, so I don't know how it ends. I don't know if it's the complete series or anything like that, if there's going to be a continuation of this, but it's pretty much about these suburban rich housewives and families that go take their kids to semi-private schools, and just have like the rich life kind of stuff, and to see how different families, deal with one another, in this little small town. But yet, at the beginning of this show, this one young woman and her, and her son, move into this community. And as soon as they move into this community, something starts popping off, because this show jumps from, the past, when stuff's, going semi-good, till the future, just a handful of months into the future, where there's a murder happened in this community, and it flashes back and forth before the murder happened, and of course after the murder happened, but you don't know who killed somebody, what group of people that were following in this show committed murder, and why. It's just really kind of an interesting show so far, and I'm really getting a kick out of it. It stars, of course, Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon, and Shailene Woodley. And so far, it's kind of cool. It's a slow burn kind of show, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I believe it's only like 8 or 10 episodes long. And I think it's executive produced by Reese Witherspoon and Nicole Kidman also. But I'm really enjoying it so far. Like I said, I finished the first 2 discs. There's actually 3 discs in this set right here. But like I said, I'm really enjoying it so far. I really like the acting, and this is the atmosphere of the whole show. It's kind of cool. But this one right here, this next one up, is from Anchor Bay Home Entertainment. This one also comes out on Blu-ray and DVD next Tuesday. It stars the man himself, Bruce Campbell, and that is the complete second season of Ash vs. the Evil Dead here on Blu-ray, man. Of course, this season 2 picks up right where season 1 left off. Ash and his gang have semi made a truce with the Evil Dead and the lady that's sort of controlling them, and is going on over to Jacksonville to start a new life, to get away from all the craziness, all the Evil Dead people, to start anew. But yet, the Evil Dead people find him again, and he has to get his chainsaw hooked to his hand and go at it again in season 2. And man, this is probably the bloodiest, goriest TV show I have ever seen. Way more gorier than The Walking Dead is. I can tell you that right now. But I just love Bruce Campbell and his persona of Ash, man. I've been a big fan, of course, of the Evil Dead franchise for years, and just having this show exist, to me, is amazing. It's not better than the movies or anything like that, but it just brings a nice little nostalgia feeling when I'm sitting around watching it. It's just a real fun show to check out, if you know what I mean. This Blu-ray right here has a behind the scenes making of featurette and some audio commentary tracks and some makeup effects, special features on here. But if you're a fan of the Evil Dead and you like season 1 of Ash vs. Evil Dead, get season 2, man. It's pretty cool, man. I dig it. And next up over here from Lionsgate Home Entertainment and Vestron Home Video is the collector series of the Warlock Collection here on Blu-ray. This is the collection. You get Warlock, Warlock 2, and Warlock 3 all here on Blu-ray. And I don't know what it was. For the longest time, before this Blu-ray set was announced, I thought there was 4 Warlock movies, but I guess there's only 3. I guess, my old age is catching up with me and making me go out of my mind. But of course, the original Warlock movie is about this warlock back in the 18th or 1600s or whatever, who's getting tied up and kind of put in his place, but yet he escapes the old century or 1800s or whatever it is, and gets put into the future, which was like the 90s or whatever, and him just trying to figure out what he's gonna do, and he finds of course the devil that tells him you need to do this for me and you will help me rule the world, kind of thing. And it's him just trying to find these pages to this book and all this stuff, while there's this other guy that kind of transported himself from that same time period, who's kind of sort of like a bounty hunter, just trying to keep the warlock in his place, kind of thing. And it's just the whole back and forth between the warlock and the guardian and this one young 20-year-old lady that's got caught in the mix. It's actually a pretty fun movie. I haven't watched 2 and 3 yet, to be honest with you, in a long time. But the first film is directed by Steve Miner, who also directed a couple of the Friday the 13th movies back in the day. Man, you get a buttload of special features, on the set right here. Not just for the first Warlock movie, but for Warlock 2 and Warlock 3, like commentary tracks, trailers, TV spots, behind the scenes, making of special featurettes. This thing is packed, man. And I really like how Lionsgate and Vestron Video are putting out these movies that you would not ever think would get a Blu-ray release. You know what I mean? Like collection packs like this one, and of course the Wish Match, the one that they put out a little while ago too. I'm just really happy with Vestron Video putting these ones out, man. Really a lot of fun. And the next handful up over here from Lionsgate Home Entertainment also, and the next one up over here, not the first one up, but the next one up over here is a movie that came out today, and it stars Christian Bale, Rob Lowe, Selma Hayek, and that is How to Be a Latin Lover here on Blu-ray, man. This movie was funny, a really good time. Not the best comedy in the planet, but it's pretty much about this young Hispanic boy who grows up and doesn't really want to ever work, for a living. He doesn't want to earn money to buy things to be his own man. He wants to have women pay for him. He wants to be like a gigolo. He wants to be a guy that just marries rich people and gets to live the fabulous life, but not really have to do anything for it. And it's pretty much him doing so until somebody else takes his woman. So he's asked out and has nowhere to go except for his sister's place, who has a kid, and him now is teaching his sister's kid the ways of a gigolo. It's just a whole lot of fun, and him just trying to find another old millionaire lady to stay with. I just thought this movie was just so over the top stupid, but in a good way, a really funny way, in my opinion. And I believe it's the same guy from the other movie called Batteries Not Included. or whatever, something like that came out a couple years ago. This Blu-ray has audio commentary tracks, some behind the scenes, and some deleted scenes and stuff like that. Really, really funny comedy. Is it worth, you know, a first day purchase? Probably not. It's one of those ones, if you see like in the bargain bin or at a used store somewhere for like $10 or less, that's when I would recommend you guys grabbing this one. But I know I just love you know, stupid comedies like this, to be honest. And next up over here from Lionsgate also is a movie starring John Cena and Aaron Johnson, and that is The Wall, here on Blu-ray, which was also released today. And it's about these two soldiers in Iraq that are fighting the fight. And you know, they're at odds because they've been stuck at this one post, not knowing if they should move or not, because they may or may not be an enemy behind this wall or in and around this area that they're in, because there's all these other dead bodies all over the place, and they've been sitting in this one location for like a day and a half. And they're like, should we move? What should we do? John Cena is one of the soldiers, and he just goes, you know what, screw it. No one's here. We've been here all this time. Nothing's happening. He gets up to go, you know, go see the grounds and get this other radio or whatever else he needs. And yet there's a sniper out there and snipes him and shoots him in the leg, and he's kind of taken out, you know, laid up on the floor. And his soldier buddy has some, you know, is going out there to try to, you know, help save his friend, and he gets stuck behind this wall where there's this sniper that's trying to, you know, snipe him and kill him. And it's just pretty much him trying to figure out what he's going to do. Is his friend alive, who's played by John Cena? How's he going to get out of the situation that he's in? But yeah, guys, this was just a really thrilling action drama film. It had some sort of slow moments in some parts, I can't lie. But like, it kind of felt like it could be a play, you know, on the way that it was kind of, you know, put together and everything like that. I like the performances in here. I liked some of the, you know, thrilling aspects of it, with this one guy trying to see where the other sniper is and all that kind of stuff. It was actually kind of cool, but it's also a movie that I don't see myself rewatching all the time or anything like that. It's just pretty much like a one-time watch movie in my opinion here. But it does have a little behind-the-scenes featurette and audio commentary track by the director and Aaron Johnson, the star of the film. And next up over here from Lionsgate also stars Amy Johnston and Dolph Lundgren, and that is Female Fight Squad here on DVD. Of course, this is, I believe, a straight-to-DVD action flick about this young woman. I forgot her name right now, Rebecca, who works at this animal shelter. She dreams of, you know, working at this, you know, animal preserve. You know, just to, like, you know, that's her dream. But yet she never has the money to, you know, really do that. But yet one day someone comes to her and says, hey, we need you and your skills, you know, to come on down here to, you know, help train these girls, because she has these abilities. She's an ex-fighter, an ex, you know, kickboxer, you know, person, and has, you know, these skills that kick people's butts easily. And she gets offered all this money to come down to help train these other fighter women, you know, to fight in these underground fights for money. And she does so and gets caught up in this whole mess and stuff. You have to watch the movie to find out what happens. It's kind of generic, you know, and it's nothing super amazing. There's some fun fight scenes in it. Dolph Lundgren has a decent little role in here. Like I said, it was nothing that's, you know, blew my mind or anything like that. I usually like movies like this, like, you know, Bloodsport and, you know, like, you know, Kickboxer and stuff. So like, I thought I was gonna love it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it that much either. But some of the fight stuff was pretty decent, and the girl that plays Rebecca, Amy Johnston, is you know, not too hard on the eyes, if you know what I'm trying to say here. And next up over here from Lionsgate also is a movie that stars Dimitri Martin, and that is called Dean, here on DVD. This movie is pretty much about Dean, played by Dimitri Martin, who's a, you know, just a guy trying to figure out what he wants to do with his life. He's an artist, but yet he just, you know, just doesn't really know what he really wants in life. Him and his father are both suffering from a loss, because they just both lost, you know, he lost his mom, and of course his dad lost his wife. And they're just trying to figure out what they're going to do now, how they're going to move on, you know, from this. And Dimitri Martin goes on this trip to LA. His dad is, you know, just living life, and starts to meet this other lady, strikes up a relationship with her. It's just, you know, a relationship based kind of drama film. I thought it was very, very well acted. I really did enjoy the performances in here. I've always been a big fan of Demetri Martin's stand-up comedy. I have a couple of his stand-up specials and things, so it's kind of cool to see him in a different kind of role, but at the same time you still have his style of comedy in here. The way he always like writes on pieces of paper and like shows different I don't know how to explain it, but it has like the Demetri Martin feel in here, if you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but I thought it was a pretty decent drama film in my opinion. Nothing super amazing, but I enjoyed it for what it was. And last up but not least over here from Vision Home Entertainment is Riding in Cars with Boys here on Blu-ray, starring Drew Barrymore. This is a film I believe that came out back in 1998 or 1999. It's like a coming of age story about Drew Barrymore's character, who at the beginning of this film, who just published this book about her life, and of course it cuts back to her, in her younger days and how she grew up and everything like that, living in the 60s or whatever it was, dealing with, teen angst and family issues and stuff, and it cuts back to her now in the present, and how her husband may or may not be leaving her and how she's going to deal with that. I don't know, I always kind of like this movie. Anything Drew Barrymore, I'm always a big fan of, E.T., what's it called again? Music and lyrics. Like pretty much anything Drew Barrymore has done. Poison Ivy. Just have been a big fan of hers. I don't know why she hasn't really done a whole lot of movies in the past handful of years, unless I totally missed it or something. But this is the first time I've seen this movie on Blu-ray. Has audio commentary track by Drew Barrymore, HBO making of special, and what's it called? 4 behind-the-scene featurettes on this Blu-ray right here. But you have to have an all-region player to play it. It says Region B locked. So if you want to, watch this on your player, you have to have at least a Region B or an all-region Blu-ray player to play this one here from Vision Home Entertainment. But guys, that's all I have to talk to you guys about today for this Blu-ray DVD portion of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you support my videos. And also, check out my last video I posted talking about reorganizing my collection and how my family took a lot of my DVDs and threw it in the garage and had me try to figure out where they all go again. I'll have a link for that at the top of this description box. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.